Elias doted on me obsessively, losing himself in me night after night. Everyone whispered he hadn't brought home a niece, but a child bride raised from marriage, until that night, when I overheard him instruct his confidant, "Put Vivi in Marcus Sterling's bed. Let Serena see it with her own eyes." After a decade of my refinement, what man could resist that body? Later, I did exactly as he wished and married Marcus Sterling. Yet at our engagement party, he shattered, eyes bloodshot as he pleaded, "I regret it. Vivi, please, come back." I just smiled, tightening my arm around my husband's. "Too late, Mr. Gu." Elias's devotion was legendary throughout the elite circles. From the night of my 18th birthday, he crossed my threshold nightly, insatiable. The staff murmured that the girl Mr. Gu brought home wasn't a niece at all, but a bride groomed from childhood. Those words seeped into my heart, burning with a hope I foolishly mistook for truth. Then, the day after he'd left my room, I forgot my tablet in his study. As I neared the door, his deliberately lowered voice slithered through the crack, venomous ice needles piercing me, freezing me in place. "Vivi's been trained by me for years. She's perfected a body made to tempt," he declared to the person on the phone, his tone chillingly certain. "Make the arrangements. When Serena sees Marcus tangled up with Vivi with her own eyes, she'll finally give up on him." So that was it. 10 years of adoration, 10 years of pampering, all just to polish me into a convenient tool. A weapon to pry open the heart of his beloved Serena and humiliate his rival, Marcus Sterling, in one stroke. I bit my lip until the metallic tang of blood flooded my mouth, choking back a sob. Dragging numb legs, I retreated silently, step by heavy step, back to my room, collapsing onto the sheets still steeped in his scent. That night, I lay rigid as a board, eyes squeezed shut in feigned sleep. Elias slipped in quietly, his warm lips brushed my eyelid. "Not sated yet? Waking so early?" His voice was rough with satisfaction, a lover's murmur. Pure instinct made my arms snake around his neck. I peered at him through slitted eyes. He leaned close, his breath scorching my cheek. "Be good. I have work. Sleep more." He rose to pull on his shirt. A tidal wave of betrayal and despair crashed over me. I wrapped my arms around his waist from behind, pressing my face against the solid plane of his back. His fingers stilled on the buttons. He turned, ruffling my hair with a sigh that held a hint of indulgent laughter. "So clingy today." Like a kitten seeking its last shred of warmth, I nuzzled his taut abdomen, absorbing the familiar heat and strength. His body tensed instantly before he patted me with forced patience. "All right, next month is your 20th. We'll throw the grandest party, just how you like it." He paused, as if an afterthought. "Oh, Marcus Sterling is back from overseas. He'll be at your birthday." Buttoning his suit jacket, he stopped at the door, turning back for a long look. "My precious girl, all grown up." A soft kiss landed on my cheek. "See anyone you fancy at the party? Tell Uncle. I'll arrange it." Snap, the final, frayed thread of hope inside me broke. My heart plunged into an icy abyss. I nodded obediently. "Okay." His hand froze mid-sleeve adjustment. My easy agreement seemed to surprise him. "Don't feel pressured by those playboys," he backpedaled, voice softening. "Testing. My precious girl doesn't need to marry. Uncle will always take care of you." His hand reached out, a habitual gesture to cup my face. This time, I turned my head away. "Vivi knows her place." My voice was flat as I stared at the intricate rug pattern. Silence hung heavy for seconds before a humorless smile touched his lips. "Such a good girl." He adjusted my robe. "Rest. Later, Zhang will take you to W. That diamond tiara. I bought it for you." The door clicked shut. I curled into the sheets, back to the door, silent tears soaking the pillow. 10 years since he plucked me, trembling, from the orphanage and brought me to this gilded cage. I'd loved him for a decade. He'd chased Serena for a decade. Serena only had eyes for Marcus. In their twisted triangle, I was the pathetic prop. I remembered the year I turned 10. Serena was kidnapped. Elias nearly died rescuing her, only to be met with her shriek of disappointment. "You? Where's Marcus? You ruined everything." Elias said nothing then. He just went straight to the orphanage and brought home me, a shivering replacement. He was using me to scream at Serena. "See, what you scorn, another treasures." From then on, whatever Serena had, I got double. Whatever caught my eye that she lacked appeared magically in my room. I learned her talents, mimicked her grace, surpassed her. When I turned 18, the Wang family proposed. Elias, always a master of control, publicly lost his composure for the first time, rejecting them outright. The Gu Empire nearly collapsed under the fallout. He shielded me from the chaos, still cloaking me in luxury. The rumor mill labeled me his child bride. Even I had almost believed it, until last night's phone call shattered the meticulously crafted fantasy of 10 years. The pillow was drenched, sleep was impossible. I dressed and went to W as instructed, to try on the diamond tiara worth millions. The saleswoman fawned. "It looks divine on you, Miss Gu. Mr. Gu spoils you so. Truly one of a kind." In the mirror, the blinding sparkle reflected my ghostly pallor. I opened my mouth to have it removed when a shrill voice cut in. "I want that one, Serena." After 5 years abroad, trailing Marcus back home, her arrogance hadn't dimmed. The saleswoman floundered. "Miss Serena. This was commissioned last month for Miss Gu." Serena's brow furrowed instantly as she whirled towards the figure lounging on a sofa. "Elias, you promised me the moon once. Can't I even wear this?" Elias didn't even lift his gaze, his voice flat. "You misremember. I said I'd gift it to Miss Serena." The saleswoman blanched, stammering apologies, and without hesitation, snatched the tiara from my head, handing it to Serena. Serena didn't even glance at it. With a contemptuous flick, she hurled the glittering masterpiece onto the marble floor. Millions of dollars worth of diamonds exploded in a shower of shattered light. "Something another woman wore? Disgusting!" Her shriek echoed. Dead silence. Elias, expressionless, handed over his black card to pay. He walked to Serena, his voice unnervingly gentle. "There. Got it out of your system? Smile for me." His glance flickered over me like I was insignificant furniture. "I told you Marcus is stubborn. Your tactics won't work." Serena huffed. "So what do you suggest?" Elias had waited for this. A calculating smile curled his lips as he beckoned me. "Vivi's birthday bash is at the Mandarin Oriental next month. Marcus won't dare snub the Gu family. Your chance will come." His eyes stayed fixed on Serena, not sparing me a glance. He thrust a gilded invitation into my hand. "Go to the Sterling estate. Invite Marcus personally." I took the card, nails digging deep into my palm, forcing my sweetest smile. "Yes, uncle." As I turned to leave, Serena's vicious voice followed me. Well, isn't this your precious songbird? Slumming as an errand girl now?" Elias chuckled low, soothing a petulant cat. "What of it? Everything she has is mine. Mine is yours. When you're Mrs. Gu, she'll obey you." The mall's frigid air seemed to pierce my bones. I sped up, nearly fleeing through the doors. Marcus's office occupied the penthouse. The receptionist, hearing my name, ushered me straight to a private elevator. Inside, he was berating cowering subordinates, radiating icy authority. Seeing me, the frost vanished instantly. A rare warmth flickered in his eyes. "Vivi?" Surprise colored his voice. "What brings you here?" I offered the invitation, fighting to keep my voice steady. "Mr. Sterling, my birthday is next month. I hope you'll come." His brow furrowed instantly. "Marcus, I've told you. 7 years as an uncle. Call me Marcus." "Marcus." I looked down. "Good. Vivi's 20th. I wouldn't miss it." He took the card smoothly, pocketing it. Relief washed over me. I turned to leave, but he stopped me, pulling a velvet box from his drawer. "For you." Lifting the lid, a cascade of soft pink light filled my vision. A tiara, almost identical to the Iranian royal sea of light design I'd coveted in a magazine, yet grander. Larger, pure pink diamonds blazed with mesmerizing fire. "No, it's too much. I can't wear it." His command brooked no argument. He lifted the tiara himself, settling it gently in my hair. His fingers, warm against my forehead, held an odd gravity. Impulse buy. "You always loved sparkly things as a kid, remember?" His tone was casual, but his gaze locked onto mine. I instinctively reached to remove it. His look stopped me cold. "Keep it." The command held something else, something hidden. He walked me to the elevator. Before the doors opened, he asked suddenly, "The birthday invitation, your idea? Or Elias's?" I hesitated. The doors slid open. I stepped in quickly as they closed. I spoke clearly. "Mine." Through the narrowing gap, I saw his lips curve into a smile. Elias was waiting in the living room when I got home, a rarity. He lounged on the sofa, the TV news flickering on his impassive face. His eyes swept over the pink diamond tiara on my head and darkened instantly. "Took your time delivering an invitation?" His voice gave nothing away. He tossed a black card onto the coffee table. "Serena was upset about the tiara. Forget it. Buy whatever you like." He stood, closing the distance. Without warning, his hand shot out, wrenching the pink tiara from my hair. Pain shot through my scalp as strands tore. I gasped. What I give you isn't enough. You need trash from the gutter too? His voice was icy, knuckles white where he gripped the tiara. And he's my peer, Mr. Sterling. Nanny Liu descended the stairs, dragging my Rimowa suitcase. The desiccated rose color stabbed my eyes, meeting my shocked gaze. Elias looked away uncomfortably. Serena's staying a few days. She prefers quiet. You'll stay at the city center apartment home? The place he'd always insisted was my anchor, no matter where I traveled. Now, for Serena. He cast me out without a thought. It's livelier. Suits the young. He tacked on the explanation. Sounding defensive, my throat tightened. I said nothing, nodding mutely. Following Nanny Liu out, he caught up, taking the suitcase. I'll drive you, in the car. He rambled uncharacteristically about me needing independence, him starting his own family. The privacy screen rose, sealing us off. A sudden jolt sent my shawl slipping, bearing my shoulder. His gaze turned predatory. A hand clamped the back of my neck, forcing my head around. His scalding mouth crashed down on mine, a punishing, possessive kiss stealing my breath. I shoved against him, wrenching my face away. Uncle, we're almost there. He froze, the raw hunger in his eyes extinguished as if doused. He adjusted my shawl, voice coolly distant again. I'll fetch you for the birthday party next month. The whole city's elite will be there. Impress them. A pause, feel unwell. Tell me immediately. The car stopped. He watched me get out. No goodbye. The city apartment felt like a mausoleum. For a month, silence when the staff called. Their voices bubbled with gossip. Mr. Gu's been with Miss Serena constantly. The Gu family will have a mistress soon. He didn't come for me on my birthday. Rumor had it Marcus refused to share a car with Serena, sparking another tantrum Elias had to manage. Adrift in the glittering ballroom, Elias's man, Silas, materialized, pressing a glass of champagne and a keycard into my hand. Mr. Gu says if you tire, rest in the suite. He'll handle the rest. Handle delivering me to another man's bed. I held the glass, fingers icy. I drank toast after toast, an empty doll, reaching Marcus's table. The waiter presented 2 special glasses of red, beaming, for Mr. Sterling and Miss Gu. Childhood friends, such a special bond. Mr. Gu opened a rare bottle just for you, Screaming Eagle, 21. A $3 million bottle. Once, I'd begged him to open it for my dowry. Now, for Serena. He splurged. I stared into the dark liquid, numb. Marcus watched me intently. Sure you want this? Yes. I forced a smile, draining the glass. He matched me, swallow for swallow. Too soon, an unnatural fire ignited low in my belly, surging through me. Dizziness blurred my vision, legs buckling. Silas caught my arm instantly. Miss, you're unwell. Let me take you to rest. No, not that room. Summoning the dregs of will, I shoved him. Bathroom. I stumbled into the corridor, desperate to put distance between me and that suite, but the inferno inside raged hotter. My vision swam. Thud. I collided with a solid chest. A familiar, clean scent laced with alcohol washed over me. Marcus. Skin met skin. The drug's fire exploded, incinerating reason. His scorching breath hit my ear. You want this too, don't you? My body shuddered. I meant to refuse. A soft, wanton moan escaped, instead nothing like my own voice. That sound detonated him. A low curse ripped from his throat. He yanked his suit jacket around me, swept me off my feet, and kicked open a nearby unlocked door. My back slammed against cold wood. His furious kiss descended, more brutal, more inescapable than Elias's ever were. Yet, when he heard my broken whimpers, he'd pause strangely, a tremor of restraint running through him. The drug consumed me. Clothes littered the floor. I sank into soft bedding, his heavy weight pressed down, but at the last moment, he stopped. Eyes dark with desire locked onto mine, his voice ragged. Vivi, do you want this? My mind was chaos. My body betrayed me. I looked at him, and nodded. The last vestige of control vanished from his eyes. Consciousness ebbed and flowed in a haze of sensation. Eons later, the storm subsided. I opened heavy eyes, still pinned in his arms. Half asleep, he instinctively dipped his head, planting a tender kiss on my sweaty forehead. Don't be scared, he murmured, arms tightening. A delayed wave of terror and shame shuddered through me. Bang, bang, bang. The door shook under furious blows. Who's in there? Open up. That's my room. Serena's shriek pierced the wood. Marcus reacted instantly, yanking the duvet over me. Crash. The door burst open. Harsh light flooded in. Serena's face, twisted with shock and rage, filled the doorway. Seeing the scene on the bed, she unleashed an ear-splitting scream. "Vivian, you bitch. How dare you seduce my man?" She lunged like a madwoman, hand flying towards my face. Marcus moved like lightning. His iron grip clamped her wrist, wrenching a cry of pain from her. His voice was Siberian winter. "Vivi and I are involved. What business is it of yours, Miss Serena?" He pulled me tighter against him, his broad frame shielding me completely. Serena trembled with fury, pointing wildly. You. Finally, with a wail of utter collapse, she fled the room. Elias arrived at the doorway just as she tore past. He saw only her fleeing back. Without a thought, he chased her, the doorway instantly clogged with gawkers. Their poisonous whispers slithered into my ears. The Gu foster girl? Shameless. Climbing by seducing her own guardian? Used goods? Everyone knows her history with Mr. Gu. Orphanage trash. Filth runs in her blood. The vicious speculation, the scornful stares, they flayed me alive. Marcus shot a glacial look. His assistant immediately cleared the crowd and shut the door. Alone, I bit my lip, tear spilling unchecked. Marcus panicked, dropping to his knees beside the bed, clumsily catching my tears with his hand. "Vivi, don't cry. My fault." His voice held unprecedented helplessness. "Regret? I shouldn't have." His words made my cheeks burn hotter, but the tears slowed. "What were you doing?" My voice was raw. "I can't stand you crying," he exhaled, relief softening his features. Gently, carefully, he gathered me into his arms, a tenderness starkly different from moments before. He looked down, his gaze intensely serious, edged with reckless resolve. "Vivi, marry me." My body locked. I started to shake my head. He cut me off, his voice oddly petulant. "It was my first time. You ruined my virtue. You owe me responsibility." The words slammed into my stagnant heart. Elias had won. Serena was the future Mrs. Gu. Where was my place? In this glittering, vicious city. His arms were my only refuge. I didn't return to the city apartment. Elias was too busy soothing Serena to notice. The staff knew better than to bother the master over a discarded foster daughter. Days later, headlines screamed, "Gu and Mu families to unite. Engagement party into weeks." Comments gushed, "Perfect match. Fate." As if the girl who'd warmed Elias's bed for a decade had never existed. I turned off my phone. A dull ache throbbed in my chest. Marcus sat across from me, watching. "He's getting married." I managed a ghastly smile. "Good." He reached out. I flinched. His fingers only brushed my cheekbone, wiping away an icy tear. "Don't hurt." His voice was deep, solid. "No, father. This brother will make you happy." Heat flooded my face, burning to my ears. He pulled me close. This time, just held me quietly. "We'll get our license on his engagement day." His chin rested on my head. "I'll be with you." My scandal with Marcus was the talk of the town. I refused a big wedding, just wanting escape. Marcus agreed instantly, sweeping me away. We watched molten sunsets over the Aegean, soared over rose-tinted deserts in Moroccan hot air balloons, played with baby elephants on African plains. Finally, we stopped at a quiet, ancient church in the English countryside. No guests, no fanfare. Sunlight streamed through stained glass. As the minister spoke gentle vows, we exchanged rings, his design unique, slipping it onto my finger. I saw a sheen of moisture in his eyes, like fulfilling a long-cherished wish. The journey was slow healing. Gradually, Elias's face blurred in my mind, replaced by Marcus's profile, intent as he photographed me in the sunset, his arms holding me tight in the balloon basket, the light growing ever brighter in his eyes when he looked at me. Back home, Marcus accompanied me to the Gu mansion for my remaining things. I'd barely packed a few favorite dresses when a venomous shriek tore through the air. "You dare show your face? After your disgusting stunt? Why aren't you dead?" Serena, she stormed in on stilettos, snatching an unwrapped couture gown from my hands. With a savage re-yip, she tore it in two, waving the shreds like a trophy. She screamed at Elias, who'd just entered. "Elias, you said it yourself, yours is mine. Now the thief is stealing. Deal with her." My gaze locked with Elias's. For a split second, something complex flickered before he looked away, flustered. He moved towards Serena. "Serena, don't be crude. Vivi belongs here too." "Belongs?" She whirled on him, voice screeching higher. "Elias, think I'm blind? Deaf? To your dirty little games with her? Listen, if she takes one scrap from this house today, Our engagement is off. Choose. Elias's face darkened like a thunderhead. Serena, must you? Yes. Her or me. Silence. An agonizing eternity. Finally, he looked at me. His eyes held a nauseating mix of weariness and feigned helplessness. Vivi. These things. Perhaps. I cut him off, my voice clear and cold in the cavernous room. My things, I'm taking them. He froze, stunned by the steel in the usually docile girl. Elias, I said, each word a dagger aimed at his hypocrisy. You got your wish. Shouldn't you thank me? He staggered, all color drained from his face. My words had torn open his carefully constructed lie. Ignoring them, I grabbed my suitcase and headed for the private elevator behind me. Serena's shrieks of betrayal and curses threatened to shatter the crystal chandelier. Elias, you liar. You used me. Outside, Marcus waited by the car. Seeing me, he strode over, taking the heavy suitcase with a grumble. Rushing? Drop this monster. Hurt yourself? Who suffers then? He leaned in, voice dropping, thick with intimacy. Gotta check my baby for bruises in the car. His arm slid around me. We turned towards the car. A roar of fury erupted behind us. Marcus Sterling. Hands off my niece. You asked permission? Elias stood there, face livid, eyes murderous. He'd heard everything. Marcus shoved me protectively behind him, stance unyielding. She's my wife now. Elias froze, petrified. 2 weeks ago. Your engagement day. We married. In England. Marcus's voice was ice-edged steel. And you forfeited the right to call her niece. No uncle does what you did. And that adoption. Never legal. I stepped forward, clutching Marcus's arm. Meeting Elias's once adored, now repulsive face. Mr. Gu, thank you for your care. But being your pawn in this game with Serena? I'm done. Elias looked thunderstruck. His gaze fixed on my hand gripping Marcus's sleeve. Rage and desperation flooded his eyes. Reason snapped. He swung a fist with all his might at Marcus's face. Crunch. Marcus didn't flinch. The blow connected hard with his cheekbone. A livid bruise bloomed instantly. I cried out, rushing to support him. Elias saw the raw panic and pain on my face. His eyes convulsed despair, fury, and a dawning, frantic remorse warring within. Marcus wiped the blood from his split lip with the back of his hand. He offered Elias a smile of near savage triumph. That punch. Vivi's debt for 10 years, paid. He paused, gaze sharp as shattered glass. And thank you for pushing her straight to me. He pulled me tighter, his words soft hammers striking Elias's heart. Vivi owes you nothing. I owe you nothing. Elias looked gutted, bloodless, lips trembling. He swayed, muttering in dazed disbelief. Impossible. Silas arranged it. Just a show. Couldn't be real. The words were a fresh wound. Marcus squeezed my hand, an anchor. He smirked. Pure venom and victory. Oh, it happened. Every glorious second. Lucky for us. It was mutual, done. As if expelling a final poison, he ignored the crumbling man, steered me firmly to the car, and bundled me inside. The door slammed shut, sealing us off. Marcus, unleashed, dragged me into his arms. His hand gripped my chin, a kiss, branding with punishment and primal possession. Crashed down, the car moved. I found the first aid kit for his lip. He ignored it, pulling me back. His mouth was fire, demanding, conquering. Vivi. He growled against my ear, breath scalding. You're mine. His kisses trailed down, a blazing declaration. Knew it, long ago. Knew you'd be mine, trapped between the seat and his hard chest. I surrendered, drowning in his heat, his pounding heart, finally sated. He held me close. I leaned against him, catching my breath. He tilted my face up, forehead pressed to mine, his deep eyes boring into me with fierce need. Vivi, do you love me? Heat still flushed my cheeks. I swatted weakly at his chest. Stop. Say it. He was relentless. A child demanding candy. Cornered, flustered, I mumbled. Fine, fine. Love you. Love you. He frowned, unsatisfied. His hand tightened possessively on my hip. Not good enough. The dangerous pressure building below made me panic. Defeated, I met his gaze. Sincerity ringing clear. I love you, Marcus Sterling. The magic words. His eyes ignited with pure light. Satisfied, he buried his face in my neck, breathing me in deeply. Back at the Sterling estate, true peace settled. Questions surfaced. Marcus's cryptic words to Elias, that long ago he seemed to know more. Before I could ponder, Marcus found me in the bedroom, arms encircling me, kisses trailing my nape. Another sleepless night. I woke to a velvet box on the pillow. Inside, the blazing sea of light pink diamond tiara, Nanny Liu entered, saw it, and beamed, "Madam, so glad it's finally yours." Mr. Sterling must be overjoyed, confused. I looked at her. It's a sterling heirloom, for the lady of the house. Belonged to an Iranian queen, they say. Mr. Sterling wanted to give it to you for your 18th, she sighed. Sent back, unopened, by Mr. Gu's order. Sent back again recently too. Mr. Sterling drank alone on the terrace for hours, but now, his wish came true. 18? I gasped. Nanny Liu started brushing my hair, chatting. Master lost his parents young. Grew up stern, soft heart though. Terrible at showing it. When you first came to the Gu house, tiny little thing, like porcelain, he liked you instantly, just scowled instead of playing you. Ignored him, you chased him. Brother, candy? Brother, smile. The memory surfaced. The cold boy on the Gu sofa, rejecting my candy, finally crumbling, accepting half my chocolate under relentless pestering. The image sharpened, merging with the man before me, demanding, yet infinitely tender. So early, so very early, the threads of fate had begun to weave. That morning, aiming to escape Marcus's smoldering gaze, I slipped out early for pilots. I'd barely entered the studio when a figure charged at me. Smack! A vicious slap exploded across my cheek. Vivian Gu, shameless whore, stole Marcus, now eyeing Elias. What poison did you feed them? Serena stood there, hair wild, eyes bloodshot, a madwoman, stunned. My cheek burned. My bodyguard moved, but Serena was already lunging again, claws aimed at my face. Just before they connected, someone slammed into her, seizing her wrist. Elias, his eyes were glacial ice, with a brutal twist and shove. Serena shrieked, crashing to the floor. Serena, who gave you the right to touch Vivi? Elias roared, a beast provoked. Serena sprawled, staring in disbelief at the man who'd once worshipped her. Elias, for her, you hit me? Elias ignored her. Turning to me, the fury vanished, replaced by complex pain, regret, and a desperate, fragile hope. Vivi. I recoiled, voice arctic. Mr. Gu. Keep your distance. He stepped closer, frantic. Vivi, listen. That night, I never meant for you and Marcus to. Silas arranged it. A show for Serena. I don't know how it. He stumbled, face flushed with urgency. Vivi, I'm sorry. Truly. Yesterday, after you left, I realized. These 10 years, you're my life. Serena was an obsession. But you're enough. My voice cracked like a whip, shattering his delusions. I looked at him, this man I'd once idolized, now only pitiful ruin. Elias, all these years, what was I to you? You know better than anyone. My voice was calm, lethal. You love me? Then what did I want? You used my love, kept me a caged songbird for your pleasure, then used me as a tool for your schemes. Silks and jewels, that's your love? My laugh was brittle ice. You kept a pet, obedient, convenient, disposable. I'm done. I drew a sharp breath, iron in my tone. You said it, at the party. See someone I like? You'd arrange it. I'm married to Marcus Sterling. So I met his bloodless face, each word a hammer blow. Congratulate me, and get out of my life. Elias swayed, staggering back, spine broken. His lips moved soundlessly, then a warm, solid arm encircled my shoulders from behind. Wife. Marcus's voice, lazy yet resonant, filled the space. Sneaking off? You promised me a partner. He kissed my cheek, oblivious to the wreckage. The tension melted. I leaned into him, smiling up with pure trust. All right, next time. I'll bring you. Let's go home. No class today. Fingers laced. We walked away. We didn't look back at the shattered man in the car. Marcus buried his face against me like a large, possessive hound. His voice, muffled, held a childish demand. Vivian Gu, hear this? Married me. You're mine. This life, next life. Eyes only on me. I laughed at his absurd possessiveness, warmth blooming inside, cupping his face. I kissed him. His eyes darkened. He took control instantly, deepening the kiss. Lost in it, I saw my reflection in his deep gaze clear. Certain, yes, I whispered, absolute conviction in my voice. Only you, forever. A low growl rumbled in his chest. He pinned me against the spacious seat, reclaiming his territory once more. Sunlight streamed through the window. My world, finally still, held only his warmth. That's all for today's story. Thank you for listening. This is my channel. The tales I share, drawn from life or woven from imagination, are meant to offer you connection, reflection, and perhaps solace or newfound strength if you long to see your own reflection in others' journeys, or seek a glimmer of light within the maze of emotions. Subscribe to my channel. Listen with your heart. Explore the stories of life.